Hi everyone, welcome from TAM 2023 in San Antonio, Texas. We're back and we're with some more guests, this time with none other than Dr. Barbara Manuso of Manuso Musings, who you know on the podcast, and also Darcy Thompson. And Darcy is going to speak today with us on faith-based mediation. Of course, we have partner in crime, Natalia Lasko-Chaika, and so we're going to be talking to Darcy today. But Barbara, Dr. Manuso, why don't you start the process?
Well, I'm just delighted to have Darcy Thompson talk with us today, because one of the very large areas in mediation is faith-based mediation, and you're one of the leaders in Texas in this area. And what does faith-based mediation mean to you?
Okay, so when I've done faith-based mediation, it's been from a number of perspectives. One is inter-community kind of situation when there are neighbors and other people outside who have a conflict with a church or a faith-based community, or conflicts between people in the church, individuals, between ministries, between groups of people. And so it can be a whole range of issues, but that it has a faith-based individual and they want to address it in that way.
Very good.
And so how does the faith-based mediation differ from another types of mediation that you might be doing?
Okay, so when we look at mediation, that process is the same. With faith-based mediation, my experience is there is really a desire from the participants to say, we have a shared faith, and in that space, we want to address this conflict. Sometimes that means that there are other people involved. There may be priests, there may be elders of a church, there may be other groups and ministers involved. Sometimes it may be called a reconciliation more than a mediation. Sometimes it's a facilitation of discussion. And so the fact that they want to engage their faith in the problem solving a space is how it's a little bit different. I haven't seen any differences in terms of what their possible outcomes can be. I haven't seen any differences in the lack of emotion or anger or sometimes name calling that might go on with that. But what I do see is that part that says we have this shared commonality, and that's going to somehow guide us in having this discussion.
Can you give us any example of what a typical conversation might look like in a faith-based mediation, or a typical issue that might come up repeatedly?
Okay, so I'll talk about one, and one is when you have different ministers maybe leading different groups in the church, and maybe you have different ministers for different services, or you have different ministers who have maybe some confusion about how the other minister is creating content, creating, information for their group. And so what normally happens in a situation when the leaders might be in conflict, then you have members of the congregation choosing sides, and then that division, is interrupting and interfering and, spreading conflict throughout the faith-based community. And so that's a typical type of situation that I have had a chance to facilitate and assist with.
Well, Darcy, we're delighted that you're here to talk about faith-based mediation. You've given us some nice examples of the different styles, different situations, and we look forward to having this conversation with you further, and we will have some more interviews with you as we go through the year. So thank you, Darcy Thompson. Thank you for being here to talk about faith-based mediation.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope that all of your conflicts are solved peacefully.
Thank you, Darcy.
Thank
and the best way for people to get in contact with you if you want to reach you, I know we have your LinkedIn on the website, well, on the screen right now, and people can just go to LinkedIn, put Darcy Thompson, and you'll come up. Is there any other ways that people should get in touch with you?
So under Twitter, it's Peace Mediations. Under Twitter, it's Peace Mediations. And then also, yes, just reach out. I'm on all the social media sites. Darcy Thompson, Thompson Mediations, Inc.
Awesome.
LLC.
Awesome. All right, guys, signing off from TAM 2023. Be sure to check out all the other videos we're putting up today, and keep coming back for more Manuso Musings with Dr. Barbara Manuso.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.